Gold, where we're going. The Bible tells us that many surprises await us believers in heaven, and says the city streets are paved of pure gold. The color gold represents eternal life with Jesus, who is the way to heaven, and all who enter through him are saved. There is no other way. While we're here on earth, we keep running toward the goal of heaven. Paul describes his efforts to keep running. I have not yet reached my goal, and I am not perfect, but Christ has taken a hold of me. So I keep on running and struggling to take hold of the prize. Paul also gives the example of a runner training for the race. Runners train, stretch, sprint, and run. They try to improve their time on each lap and gain stamina. So do the disciples of God. We also train our bodies with self-discipline of Bible study, prayer, worship, and caring for others. Yes, run the race to win, but be careful, don't leave anybody behind. Christ may return at any moment. Are you ready? Tomorrow is only known by God, so we can choose him today. Mark 13 says, "No one knows when Jesus will return, but he has equipped us through the Bible to know how to prepare, to be watchful, and most important of all, he tells us how the end of the story goes." Heaven and hell are both real places. We will exist forever one way or the other. Those of us who've accepted the salvation invitation from Jesus will be in eternal union with Jesus in heaven, where there is no more pain or suffering. Those who don't will be eternally separated from God in hell because of their sin. But here's the good news. Jesus is a one-size-fits-all, and his message and invitation salvation is for everyone, no matter where the person is at in life. Jesus will come again, and he will walk the earth in final victory. If you've never been handed it before, this is your invitation to the greatest banquet that will ever be. Drop off your invisible backpack and do some business with Jesus. Come through the narrow door and take your place at the table. We will be surrounded by victory in heaven, but we are not home yet. We've got to keep running the race. You're right on track for a coming back or a coming to God. He's waiting for you with arms open wide. God already knows your failures and your mistakes, but he loves you anyway, and he cannot wait for you to choose life and become a new creation in this new life with him. The colors of love surround you and will remind you that God has created you for a unique and special purpose. Dig in, keep going, find him in the pages of the Bible. God left his word behind to guide us. We are a new creation, created in the image of God, born out of Jesus' great love for us. We've rid ourselves of our blackest sin. We have blue skies of hope. We have been washed white as snow through our belief in our acceptance of salvation through Jesus, who gives us abundantly sunshiny joy and a future paved of gold in eternity. Thank you for joining me. This is the gospel in living color, the living, breathing color of love.